Excellence in transportation. Every trip, every mode, every dollar, every one.
Most people, when they think of a dam, might think of a large concrete structure like something like Hoover Dam, which is about 700 feet high. But in Delaware, most of our dams are earthen embankments with an average height of about 15 feet. And you might be riding down the highway and just see a pond off to the side, and you might not think, I'm driving over a dam. But most people in Delaware have either driven over or visited a dam, maybe without realizing it.
A dam is an impoundment of water. I mean, it basically is something that blocks water and creates a pond behind it. In Delaware, we have a lot of earthen dams, so the structure that is actually damming up the water is soil. It's a big embankment. Within that embankment, there's a spillway to allow the water to actually flow. It has a water control structure of some sort, a spillway, typically a gate to allow in cases where there's a storm coming and we need to release water in advance of the storm, we'll use the gate to draw down the dam and allow the water to flow to basically to keep from excess flooding on the upstream side of the dam. I think most of our dams are earthen and they carry a road over top, which is why the Department of Transportation is involved in a lot of these dams. An earthen dam, the dam itself that's holding back the water is earth versus a concrete dam similar to a Hoover Dam, whereas the structure itself is concrete. The concrete is physically holding back the water.
It's important to maintain dams because many of the dams in Delaware are old mill ponds and they're used mostly now for recreation, but the average age is around 80 years. And over time, there's deterioration and problems that can arise with these dams, especially since they were built before the construction standards of today. It's important to maintain them because if there should be a problem or a failure, there's serious consequences downstream, like flooding of properties, possible loss of life, and damage to critical infrastructures like roads that could be evacuation routes. Since many of the dams are co-owned by the Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control and DelDOT, we've formed a unique partnership to pool our resources to inspect, maintain, and upgrade and make repairs to all of the state-owned dams together. So we have a commitment to work together to improve all of the dams in the state that we own. DelDOT and DNREC co-own 51 dams, and 39 of them are regulated because they are classified as either high or significant hazard. The regulations require that dams have inspections, that they have operation and maintenance plans, and that they have emergency planning. They also have requirements for the design and the construction and/or removal of those dams. If you'd like to find out more information about the DNREC Dam Safety Program, you can go to the DNREC Dam Safety page. The regulations require that high hazard dams have a regular inspection every year and that significant hazard dams have a regular inspection every other year. The regular inspections need to be performed by a professional engineer in the state of Delaware, and DNREC and DelDOT do these inspections together on the state-owned dams.
There's two different types of inspections. There's an informal, also known as a quarterly inspection, where we're out there every 3 months, sort of like a drive-by inspection, if you will. Maybe we're out there for 20 minutes or so, just kind of doing a general look at the dam, seeing if there's anything obvious, maybe checking on something that we've been monitoring. And then we have a regular inspection. It's a more thorough inspection where there's 3 of us out there. We walk the whole dam, probably spend maybe three to 4 hours out there looking at the whole dam, checking for seepage issues, and documenting everything. The reason why we're required to inspect our dams is essentially to ensure the safety of the dam. In Delaware, all the state-owned dams carry a roadway, and so we got to protect our transportation network, both the road that the dam is carrying, but also our roads downstream. In addition, we have population and infrastructure downstream of our dams that we got to protect as well. DelDOT, in conjunction working with the state dam safety engineer, we developed a prioritization process that actually mirrors what we do for our bridges. Basically, it looks at different factors for each dam. Points are assigned to those different factors for each dam. The higher the points, the higher up on that prioritization is the dam. And then every year we look at that, we go through the list and look at ones towards the top of the list and plan them for work or maintenance, whatever is needed to improve the dam and ensure the safety of that dam.
For a dam maintenance plan, I mean, it's going to include how to take care of the dam itself. So making sure that the dam is clear of vegetation, making sure the gates operate properly, make sure the spillway is clear, there's no debris. And so that's really ultimately what the goal of a maintenance plan would be. The construction process can be kind of lengthy because there's quite a few pieces to it, in addition to controlling the water during construction. The dam itself is much longer than what you typically would see. I mean, it could be several hundred feet long from abutment to abutment, and you drive over it, you see a spillway, and you think that's the dam, but the dam is really the earth that you're driving over. We may often go 4, 6, 8 months, possibly longer, of construction for the entire dam. There's typically sheet pile involved, there's armoring, using riprap, there's constructing the spillway itself. One of the spillways we constructed was a concrete OG spillway, and so there's a lot of concrete that was poured. It required a new bridge to go over the spillway itself. So there's quite a bit that's involved in a dam construction project. Dams are really important. Obviously, they're a big piece of our infrastructure that we want to maintain. They are important for recreation. They're important for the environment. They're important for safety, not just to the traveling public, which a lot of these dams carry roadways over, evacuation routes often. So we want to maintain access for travelers, but also downstream of the dams, we want to make sure that we're not flooding out properties and businesses.